Welcome back to my channel. And if you've read the title of this video, you know exactly what this video is about. You know exactly what I'm about to say. But if you know me personally, you know a little bit about me, you will know that what I'm about to say is incredibly random for me. I've decided to sign up for a triathlon. Super random. And it is super random because I don't run, I don't swim, I don't cycle. And when I say I don't run, I mean, I went for a test run the other day and got 990 meters in before I had to stop from the most awful stitch. I can get about 1K and then I'm like, I'm a little bit uncomfortable. My max in my life so far is 3K. Can't even tell you the time, can't tell you the pace, don't care, no idea, don't pay attention to it. I just focus on not dying between the 1 kilometer mark and the 3 kilometer mark. I'm aiming to do a 1.5 ocean swim, a 10-kilometer run, and I think it's like a 40-kilometer bike ride. I've never sat on a road bike before in my entire life. The last time I swam in a lap pool was in high school over 10 years ago. And again, my max for running is 3 kilometers and I had to stop the other day at 990 meters. So when I tell you that I am starting at square one across every element of this triathlon, you can't get any more of a beginner than me. There are a variety of reasons as to why I have decided to sign up for a triathlon. The first one being, I've kind of always wanted to. I've kind of always wanted to be at the fitness level where either running a marathon, a half marathon, or doing a triathlon was something that I could do. Of course, work my way up to it. It's not something I can do naturally, but I've always wanted to be able to do that. On top of that though, and a little bit like more of a deeper level, I believe that at this point in time of my life, my brain, limiting beliefs, the false narratives, and the self-doubt is taking over a little bit at this point in time of my life. And I'm noticing it when I go to the gym. I'm noticing it when I try to run. I'm noticing it in my business even. I'm noticing that I've told myself that I can't do something. And that is now the narrative in my brain. I have put myself in between 4 walls, and each of those 4 walls has something negative to say or is a narrative that I have boxed myself into. I'm noticing that I'm not taking as many risks in my business anymore. I'm a lot more nervous and scared to do hard things and to make big, bold moves. And it's because I have let self-doubt and limiting beliefs and false narratives about what I can and cannot do win over time. And so now that is my baseline standard for some things, not everything. Yeah, I'm not taking as many risks as I used to in my business, which we know have played. If you know my story, you know my background, you know how I started. I quit my 9-to-5 on a complete whim just because I knew that I was destined for more, and that was the most life-altering thing I did still to this day. And I'm just noticing I'm taking the back seat a little bit more, and I know that in order for me to break past these 4 walls that I've boxed myself into, I need to do something that completely challenges me, gets me out of my comfort zone, makes me feel so uncomfortable to the point I may break. And I need to do it and prove to myself that you can get out of the box you've put yourself in. But on top of that, you can do the things that are really hard for you. I'm also noticing on a different angle that when things get hard at the gym, or when things get hard around the house, or uncomfy conversations come up, or even in my business, when tasks get hard or things seem heavy and really difficult to do. I run a business, that's my life 90% of the time. I procrastinate. I find excuses to not do it. I try and outsource. I have, full transparency, I'm earning the most amount of money I've ever earned. I have more money to spend in the business in particular. And so I'm therefore justifying, I'll just pay someone else to do it. Even though it's a really important task that I should probably know myself when it comes to money and expenses and running paid advertising. As a business owner, I think that's a skill I would love to have, but it's overwhelming. I hate maths, I hate numbers. And so I'm avoiding doing the hard thing. I'm avoiding getting uncomfortable, or I'm avoiding the inconvenience it's probably going to take for me to learn something new or to put in the work. I just feel like my mental strength has become a little bit complacent. The bottom line is that. And again, if you know me, you know my story, you know my background, you know where I've come from, how I've got to this point. I have never, ever, ever been like that before. I have never, ever played into limiting beliefs and false narratives. And of course I have self-doubt, but I never let it define me. And I think I am at the moment. And it's never how I want to live. And I know that the only way I can break past these walls and break past this like little house that I've plonked myself into and I'm almost willing to stay here is to fully push past the mental barriers I have put on myself. So I literally said to myself, what's the one thing that you have said that you cannot do? Running, physical endurance, pushing myself physically. I have hardwired into my brain. I've conditioned my brain to think that my anatomy, how I'm built, my knees, how I breathe, I can't breathe through my nose properly. I've told myself, you are not a runner, you never will be. You physically cannot. You're not built for that. You're not built for endurance. No one has said that except for me. That is a lie. And I'm going to prove to myself that it is by doing a triathlon. So as I said, I have never sat on a road bike before. I cannot run any more than 3 kilometers. And when I did run 3 kilometers last year in 2024, I'm telling you now, it almost broke me. Like my legs, don't talk about it. And as I said, I haven't been in a lap pool since high school. I graduated in 2013. So I guess, welcome to episode 1 of Becoming a Triathlete, the Triathlon Diaries, Triathlon Series. Don't know what this is going to be called. In fact, it's not really here to serve as content purposes. I don't even really aim to make it as aesthetic as I typically would. Maybe eventually, but for now, it's honestly documenting one of the hardest things I'll probably do in my life. And I know that's really, really dramatic for some of you. I know I have so many friends in my close circle that are fit as anything. You know, they are doing marathons, half marathons, Ironman. They're doing like the Ironman race thing. But for me, this is a huge, huge challenge. It is my brand new edge physically, and I want to document it because of course you'll see the physical changes. That's going to be inevitable, but the mental change as well that I probably won't even notice to begin with is something I want to look back on, because this documentation of my entire journey is going to serve as evidence to me that I can do whatever I set my mind to. I know that deep down, but at this point in time, and I don't really know what changed, I don't really know what happened. Maybe I know now at this point in time in my life, I have a lot more to lose within my business. So that's why I'm not taking risks. I don't know. It's a lot to unpack, but I am documenting this journey to not only prove to myself and have tangible video evidence that I have started at one point where I wholeheartedly believe that I can't do it. And then at the end of the journey, hopefully I would have completely conquered that, and the mental endurance, the physical endurance, the fitness, the discipline to get from point A, like square one, all the way through to finishing my triathlon. And guys, that is the goal. Like, the goal is not to beat anyone, obviously, not to hit a specific time. Obviously, it is literally just to be able to finish, to be able to say, I started at square one. I started at never riding on a road bike, not being able to complete even 3-kilometer run, and pretty much never swimming either. So this is episode 1, I suppose, just telling you guys and informing you guys and inviting you guys to follow along with this journey. I hope that this serves as even motivational evidence for you guys that the human body and the human brain is far more capable than we probably realize it is, far more capable than we give ourselves credit for. And I want this entire journey to serve as that. So I'm really excited to bring you guys along with me. Again, this is not really part of like my content strategy or content plan, if you will. It truly is an authentic, raw and real documentation of this journey. So I'll upload when and where I can. It may be sporadic, it may be frequent, I don't know. Bear with me while I find my feet with my training and what works, what doesn't. I'm actually going for a ride this afternoon, my first ever ride on my bike. So I actually got my bike fitted yesterday briefly, just so I can do like test rides and things like that. I will have to actually go back to the shop to get fitted once again because I have to get my shoes changed. So my beautiful husband Zach, he has just been getting me like the top-notch things. Like, he has just been getting me the most beautiful pieces for this journey. He is Love that man. These are the shoes he got me. They have like a beautiful pearl. I don't know whether you guys can see that in the lighting, but they have like a pearl heel on them. They are so beautiful, but unfortunately they are quite small. So I'm a size like 8, 8.5, and these were a 7. He doesn't know what happened. I think it was actually their error, but I did want white. So we have gotten white, guys. I'm so nervous because you actually have to like clip in to the pedal. This is all new to me, guys. Again, I have never done this before. So anyway, we're gonna go for a ride this afternoon, not with these shoes, just with like some flat shoes. So once we get these exchanged over to my normal size, I will obviously document my first time clipping in and clipping out. I know a lot of people that fall. I've actually been told personally from a friend that just did a triathlon, expect to fall numerous times, which I'm so nervous about. Anyway, Zach also bought me some cycling socks. Zach is obsessed with this brand, MAP. And then yesterday I went to, when I was getting my bike fitted, I got these pants, cycling pants, and that's literally all I have for clothes and things like that. So this is actually my coach, Jack, and he has put together a program for me. I officially start entering into my training this coming week. So again, stay tuned for lots of updates, lots of videos, yeah, showing you guys beginner triathlon training. Hopefully you guys saw my last video that Zach got me my road bike. It is a Giant Propel 2024 version bike, not sure, in matte black. You guys know that I also have my running shoes, which are the Brooks Glycerin GTS. They are amazing, by the way. I'm loving them so far. And then all I have to get before I start training is swimmers, goggles, and a cap. And then I'm like fully set. I do have to get some other pairs of pants just so I can start riding a little bit more and like I can rotate nicely through them. Are they inside out? I just need to say, cycling gear is not flattering. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but it does not look good. That is essentially what's going on. I've signed up for a full-length triathlon. I'm training right now, starting from the bottom. I don't know anyone more unfit than me, and I want to bring you guys along. So I'm going to get ready for our afternoon ride. Zach is going to take me somewhere that's super duper quiet. Again, I haven't gone on the road before. Anyway, see you on the road.
Drinking,